Seabird, our €1 sailboat, came without a mast, and it had the mast off for 15 years. We didn't know if the rigging was right, if the mast was in really good condition, and it took us quite some time to work on the mast and rebuild everything. And last week you saw us putting it on, but you also saw us making some mistakes. The rig is not quite right, and this week is all about how we're going to fix it and if we can fix it.
I really don't want to do this, honey.
A quick recap, just for you to understand what has gone on around here. That piece of wood that you can see at the bottom had to be replaced because it was rotten. So that was already the first point at what we had to be quite accurate, because the level that the old wood was at needed to be replicated. So we did our best. We're not sure if we did manage to get it right, but it's there. We might have to adjust that in the future. Then inside the mast, you can't see it now, but we made a new base as well. Originally it was made of aluminium. We made a base with G10, quite a big chunk of G10. The coin was placed there yesterday. So yeah, there had to be some work done on the base, which might have affected the way the mast is sitting, because as we know, the mast is like 15 meters long, so any little discrepancy on the bottom all the way up the top translates into much bigger distance. We're not quite sure if that is perfect or spot on, but it's there. And the mast hasn't fallen over yet, so anyway. Well, right now we've got a t-shirt around it, so the mosquitoes didn't come in last night, but there is quite a gap around the mast. We need to figure out what to put on the outside. Let's go outside. So this is the gap all around. We've got some wedges on the front now because the backstay is not tightened, so hopefully once we do that, the gap opens up a little bit on the front. We need to adjust the rig first to see where we're at, and right now the rig is a mess. But yeah, so these had to be, as you saw, restored because there was some rotten core, but that's all sorted now. We need to figure out something to put all around, like a collar, so we can also attach the seal so that water doesn't come in. So, problems we have. In general, the rig turned out to be quite short, but it's all hand tight. It's not tightened with tools yet. Well, this one is actually okay. This one is not so good, you see, might be a bit short. Same with this one here. And on the port side is even worse. This one you can't even see the top thread. I mean, it's in a few threads, but this one same, too short. And this one we couldn't even attach it, way too short. So not ideal. Backstay, we currently have 2 halyards on the cleats to reinforce it, because look how short it was. It's like 2 meters. There is a backstay adjuster that is quite chunky, but still is like a meter, meter and a half shorter than it should. So we don't know what happened there. And the one that was actually all right on length was the forestay, which is the old one, because we need to build a roller furling, so we're just using this as the temporary forestay. First things first, we need to do the backstay. But luckily, Stuart is already on it. We had some spare cable to do the forestay, the roller furling, and a little extra as well. So we're good to do a new backstay. Then this backstay we can use for some shrouds, maybe, like for one of them, not some, but for one of them. Anyways, a lot of jiggling around and see if we can manage, because once we start tightening things up, it might turn out that it's not that bad. Stu is working on this end now, so what he's gonna do is just grab this end, climb up the mast, swap the backstay, and then we will be cutting the length once it's attached, so we don't make any more mistakes. Now Stu, I can tell by his body language that he's already getting nervous about going up the mast.
No, I'm not. I've been going up the mast since I was born. I was born on top of a mast.
You were born on top of a mast?
Yeah. I was conceived in the bilge, born on the mast.
Conceived in the beach, born in the mast.
I don't even think my parents have been on a sailboat apart from mine, so yeah.
Are you okay there, honey?
Yeah.
It's not squishing anything important?
Nah, they're really small. Alright, let's do this. Do I need my hard hat?
Your hard hat. Well, if you fall, I don't think the hat will do anything.
Yeah, then go.
Nah, he's not gonna fall. We're okay. This is so exciting. We've got a mast to climb up to.
Not really that exciting. Pretty nervous.
Okay, we get into serious mood. Stu is stressed.
I'm gonna have to start just pulling now, pulling slack.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, alright.
How are the steps?
Yeah, the steps. Alright, go on then, next. And again. Down.
Okay, wait a second.
Ease me down.
Oh, that's alright.
Mhm.
That knot you don't want to do. I was more worried about not dropping Stuart, so recording might not be great. But how was the first go up?
Yeah.
How comfy are the steps?
Oh, steps are fine. It's just windy.
It's just scary.
That's
So you
my-
brought down
The forestay.
the forestay, the second, is it like, how is it called?
The staysail.
For the staysail, yes. So you're gonna make up that end,
Yep.
so we can attach that to the front as a secondary forestay at the moment.
Yep.
We didn't do the other end because we wanted to do it now that we
Yeah.
know the length.
Yeah, we don't go on that.
That end is already done and attached. Stuart loves the splicing dynamo.
Yeah, but my other splicing's not been good of late.
But we might be able to use the rope for something.
Yeah. Oh, like that. I just don't know how many to do before it's good. I had to take off what I did because I was trying to figure out if there's a way to do a Bremel splice where it basically folds in on itself, which is okay on one end, which I did, because you can pass the whole tail through, but the tail's now up there. So watching a little YouTube video from the rigging doctor, he explained how to do it. So now I'm just gonna hide the tail.
Stuart's got a backrest now. I was just telling Stuart how I feel in such a great mood today. After all the stress is gone.
There's only one thing left to get rid of, and that's the container.
And then we'll just be a one boat family. No container.
And the bicycles.
Well, yeah, bicycles.
I'm just gonna try and keep that all stuck
Coiled.
together.
Yeah. So you can taper.
Yep.
We got these scissors sharpened by an old boy here at the weekly market.
Yeah, like a travelling knife sharpener.
He's got a pretty cool trolley.
I think
Sharpening trolley.
No, we've got a photo. We should put a photo. The royal wheel.
I think we've got a video actually.
Because I don't know where they came from, but they were blunt as. That's the man. Where's the monkey? Here, man. I built a boat. Okay. There we go. Up a little bit. Didn't quite make it. The guesstimation wasn't perfect.
Eee, just a little tail.
There we go, so that's the Bremel splice, passed through a couple of times and tail hidden. So with some soft shackles, this will be the stay for our Solent
So this is again a temporary fix. It will be sitting farther back on the deck. There will be a fit in there.
So a lot of people have a 7x19 wire with a pelican hook and a little twisty thing or something to tighten it for their removable stay-stay. But I've gone all modern with ropey. So we've got this Dyneema, that block and tackle, and it will sit about here. So the bottom of the sail, the foot of the sail, will be at the maximum about here, which should be okay, I think.
Because it clears
the
coach
cabin
roof,
top.
the cabin top.
And because it's quite a small sail, it will probably be 70 to 90%. So it won't go as far as the mast, and it will be quite small. So if you're ever, heaven forbid, having to go upwind in strong seas, well, strong wind, you get out the little sail. As I say, heaven forbid. But occasionally you need to go upwind.
Stuart's got a chest camera on to try and show you what he's gonna be up to up there. He's a little nervous because it's a bit gusty.
Well, a bit gusty, listen to it.
But we're gonna go slow, okay?
No, it's gonna go quick, I'm not gonna lie.
Well then, be quick up there.
Pretty windy.
It's a shame you can't see Stuart's face, but...
Yeah, not exactly keen on this one, but...
Where is your harness?
It's there.
Oh.
Let's have a go. Let's try and set things up. Alright.
So you're gonna send down that one, and then I have to attach the other one, right?
Yep. I'll just do it on a bowline. So it's easy enough for you. Suppose I'll only go down if the mast goes down.
And the mast is not going down.
Right, we don't know. How much does that give me? Nearly there, my love. Alright, I'm on. Alright, keep taking the slack now. Oh, let's just wait for this gust. There we go. Moment. I can see the sea. I can see Mont Blanc. I really don't want to do this, honey.
A few moments later.
I can't do it. It's too windy. Whee!
There's still stuff on that. First attempt failed because it was a bit windy and scary, especially knowing that the mast is not really properly attached. I mean, it is attached and it goes through the deck, so It's quite stable, but still, it plays in your mind. I must say, off the camera, when the steward got down, I tried to go up the mast, and I made it as far as 3 meters out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It was the first time I ever tried to climb a mast, I must say. But still, I get why it's scary. But Stu feels like he might have another go, so the camera is on, and we'll see if this is the one.
Yeah.
I've told him, you know, chill out. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it.
Well, we'll see. The gusts are less. So his turbine's
They're
started
shorter
again. Yeah.
and less strong as well.
Alright. Ding 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 ding. Whoop whoop. Bit of a gust there. Where you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Hold on. Alright, crank us up a little. Crank. Sorry, you can't really see it, look. I'm just on this. Okay. It's no good with my left hand. And I reckon that splitty's gonna come out. I've actually got all my weight on the harness, and it ain't a bosun's chair. Everyone knows how comfy a bosun's chair is. I'll see if I can drop this backstay. Okay. Whoa, f me. It ain't light, babe. I can't do a bowline one hand lefted, so we're gonna do a round turn, half a dozen half hitches. So I'm having to do it slowly because it's like dental floss and it's going to cut my hand up. Probably should have thought about this, but you know, do I seem the sort of guy that thinks too far ahead? My toe's going numb. That's all right. God gave me 10. Oh, we're 20 minutes in. We could basically make this a whole episode. Stu shitting himself on a mast. Catchy title. Alright, good. Okay. Alright, the pin's in. It's now just got to be bent. Yep. Let's get, yeah. A little bit down, a little bit down. All right. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh.
Stu is safe on firm land, kind of. Well done, Stu.
Yeah. I just had to. I used the same pin, but I think it'll be okay.
So now we have the whole coil attached to the mast. Now we'll get it right. Stuart is very happy out there with the mosquitoes, but I come inside hidden.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna give up a sunset like this for a couple of mosquitoes. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
We've got a coil burning, but I don't know if it's helping at all. Oh wait, I put the light on. The security camera also has some light. Hopefully this time it's not too short. The camera light is out of battery, so
Okay,
look at that.
that's that.
Now that the backstay is sorted, Stu's gonna work on the shrouds. So he's gonna go up the mast and we're gonna measure all of them to see if there is any way we can swap them around. So we don't have to make, well, we have to make the least amount of cables, of new cables. The good thing is that today there is no wind, so it should be easier. Less scary, anyway. Ready?
Yep.
You climbing the first bit?
Yep.
.67. 6.72. You coming down?
Yeah. Ooh, slower, slower. So this was the fitting that was too short, but makes sense of it being that much longer. It's probably 20 mil, just shy of an inch longer than the original. I think that once we go in the water, we're gonna have issues because the boat sagged. On the 15 years it's been on the hard, so once we start cranking it up and tensioning the rig, I think we're in for some interesting times. So the plan is to extend the cable maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches, get it in, and then start tensioning the rig and see where we're at. You've seen me take apart and put these fittings back together quite a few times now, so I'm just going to carry on and then whip up the mast and get it done.
The new shroud is ready to go. Stu got angry with the fitting, with me,
Yeah,
with the universe.
Marina just keeps asking the same question throughout the day, expecting a different answer.
Well, I forgot the answer the first
there
time.
We go. That's the problem. I tell you an in-depth answer and you don't even listen.
What you don't realize is that now I'm gonna be the one handling the handle. Handling the handle.
Jump down, I've got cat-like reflexes. Right, a couple of meters and then I can climb again. Alright, there you are. I'm good, I'm good. Right. On my harness.
Good news. At least now we can attach it. Stu is doing the split pin.
Wait. Hey, Ben.
There is a guy in the port that rents this machine.
Rents.
Rents. Well, it's not.
That doesn't like lend it to people, just like, no, if you want it.
I
you
thought
gotta,
I said it wrong. But
you've got to rent
yeah,
it.
it's just 20 euros, but it's actually it's quite an expensive thing. We were thinking about getting one ourselves because it's handy to check your tension on the rigging every now and then. And we're not experts, so we don't just, you know, touch it and know straight away. But it's like 200, 300 euros. So I get why he, you know, rents it and gets a deposit. So we're gonna just check all of the rigging at the moment, take a note of where the tension is at, and then we'll start playing with it and see if we can get it right.
Got the little safety clip so it doesn't fall in the water.
You put the bottom in, then you put the string, and then on the top the pointy bit tells you the number, and then you go to the scale 25, it would be between 24 and 26. So 11%.
And just to prove that it's 8 now.
Yeah, and then there you can check that we know that it's 8 mil, but
Yeah, 8%.
so it's quite slack actually.
So 9%. This is 8%. $22. So 22 will give us 9%. We've got to crank this rig right up.
Yeah.
And we've already had to sand the floorboard. Yeah, pull that hole in tight.
Yeah, after we did the backstay and that shroud and we tensioned it a little bit, the floor was a bit stuck. We had to sand it. The hole is taking shape.
8%. This is 7%. I think we should look at investing in one of these holders.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have.
It's 7%.
So these are the numbers, all around 7-8%, and the numbers we've found on the internet that are ideal is between 15 and 20 depending on which one. Supposed to be forestay about 15%, cap shrouds between like around 20, lowers between 8 and 15. Use the forestay tension as target and use the backstay to achieve it. So I guess you put the machine on the forestay measuring the tension and you adjust the backstay and observe when it gets to the, what's the word?
The correct tension.
Yeah, that's not the word I was looking for anyway. Optimal tension. Then you can stop adjusting the backstay. I don't know, we'll see, we'll play with it.
We have a turnbuckle still on the forestay, on the temporary forestay, and I think once we tweak it to get a nice rake and a good length, then at least we can measure pin to pin to make the roller furling forestay the correct length. When I did it on the last boat, it had a little sag to it. So this time I'd like to
get it right.
Yeah, so we'll get the length, do the roller furling, ease off the backstay so the mast goes forward again, put the roller furling on and then tweak it back a little bit. And that should be a nice tight forestay.
My only concern is that when we go in the water, everything is gonna go a little bit slack again because the hole is gonna go do that. And if we've done the roller furling already, yeah, that's the hole. If we've done the roller furling already, it might sag again. That's my only thought right now.
No, I don't think it will, because the sag I would say would be more
on the sides.
Yeah. And if it is, we just keep cranking the backstay.
Yeah, so we know that ideally, like this is not ideal doing this in the hard, but once we go in the water, we'll have to do it again. After we go sailing the first time, we'll probably have to have a look again. Also, whilst it's sailing, you need to look at the shrouds to make sure that they don't sag when the sail is on the other side, all these technicalities. So we know this is not the definitive tune, but we need to start getting it right as much as we can. The hull is already changing shape, which is pretty cool. Like, you're inside and when Stuart is tightening things, you can hear the boat like creaking and cracking. And the floor has already been tightened a bit, so rain is coming. Lovely storm rolling in. I had to tape the bottom of the mast because we don't have a cover yet, and otherwise loads of water will be coming in. It's gonna be a good day because apparently there's a big storm coming.
Yeah, about 2 inch.
Yeah, to see if how much water comes through the masthead inside the boat. We'll be observing today. Hopefully not a lot.
I'm not made of sugar, so I'm not that worried.
Oh, you're very sweet, honey. My taping was terrible, so we had loads of water coming in. Nappies everywhere. The biggest storm we've seen in a while. Also, cockpit's leaking tones. So I need to get on the cockpit and seal everything because we've got the electrics there and the engine and it's just not cool.
C'est pas bon.
C'est pas bon. Now that the storm is over, we're gonna tighten up the rig. Don't know if you can see, but this halyard and these are hanging free. Oh. And the blue one gets away from the mast, which means the mast head needs to go that way. The sun is blinding me, but we've got it as straight as possible, and we'll keep adjusting the tension slowly. We don't want to put too much tension at once. The boat needs to get back to its shape. The only problem we're finding, as you can see, is that the mast is not quite centered on the deck hole. It's got a very small gap there and a big gap there, also front and back. And my thoughts are that the problem is on the piece of wood on the base. When we did the mast base, I don't think we realized how important it was to get it perfectly level, how the original was. It was also quite tricky because you had to take one off and put the new one on. So to get it exactly the same was difficult. It was bad enough that we didn't know what we were doing. I think maybe that might be the issue. So the plan is try to get the rig as best as we can on land, and then revisit once we're in the water, have a look at it and see how it sits, tighten things up, and then see how it sits again around the hull. If things work out, great. If they don't work out, we might have to pull up the mast, or at least hold it up for a bit whilst we work on the base to level it up to the correct level. So then the mast sits in the middle of that hole, or as close to the middle as possible, because we should be able to put wedges all around. And right now it's so close to the edges that it's not really possible. And you don't want to really force, I mean, you want the wedges to be tight, but not to the point that you're gonna create, I'm assuming that this is quite a big difference. And if you try to put the wedges all around and force wedges in such a, look, it's even touching there. So I'm assuming it's not good to force wedges in so much. You'll be creating kind of a, I don't know. I'm assuming these things. Any advice from anyone with experience is welcome, please. As long as we get it all right before we go sailing, we'll be okay. The mast is on and it's not going anywhere. Pretty cool, this tension tool. We might get one for ourselves, but maybe not yet. It's quite dear. So yeah, I need to go and return this.